This is Champ Car. These are all Champ cars. Basically take a cheap car, street car, turn it into a race car. Freaking awesome. This is gonna be so much fun. So we're doing this for my birthday. This is something I've been wanting to do for years. I'm gonna show you the cars that we're gonna be racing. Cletus is gonna be driving one and I'm gonna be driving another. Hopefully we're gonna be on there at the same session. We're gonna have a blast. Hopefully we're not gonna bash into each other, but it is going to be so much fun. Are these the fastest race cars around? Absolutely not. Is this gonna be probably the most fun you can have with your clothes on? Pretty close. So what is it like? We're gonna have a car that I've never driven before. Actually, I think I've driven it for all of 3 minutes, okay? I'm gonna go test drive it tonight, right before the event. The event starts at about 8 in the morning. Never driven this car on the racetrack. 2 hours straight, balls to the wall, 90 cars on the grid. That's gonna be a blast. I mean, it's gonna be crazy. So I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about this. This is gonna be so much fun. So we're gonna go test drive the car right now and see what's going on. So a friend of ours, Kevin from KSR Fabrication, has allowed us to be able to do this. This is such a freaking awesome opportunity. I believe it's a 3-liter Toyota, both manual transmissions. That is a 3-liter Nissan 300ZX, and that car is about 5 seconds faster than this car right here. But these are real race cars. Everything has got like the doors down to race weight, got rock solid doors and everything. I mean, it's got all the safety goodies. Check out these seats. I mean, these are really serious seats. This is gonna be so much fun. They got radios, they got LEDs, everything. You're totally good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been worried about it all week, whether or not I'm gonna fit. So.
Yeah.
Glad to know that I fit, dude.
Yeah, you might not have a lot of feet room, but
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
This is more than I have in Leroy.
seriously?
Well, Leroy has a dash.
Ah, yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, you're so far over that though.
This room, I couldn't ask for more. This is great.
So see the gray box thing, that's lap timer.
Yeah.
So you'll have lap times there.
Ooh. Where's my push to talk red button?
Yeah, push to talk on the radios, red button. You feel pretty nice in there.
What do they kind of rev to? I know you have the shift lights, but
68.
yeah.
Like, do we fit?
Once each time you drive, unless there's a problem. And you go 2 hours.
So I asked him, I was like, how long does that fuel last? And he's like, 2 hours. Goes where you want it to go. I was throttling it through the corner trying to understand how things are feeling and just trying to gain some experience of what it's like to mess with it. Oh yeah. Are you ready? Oh dude, I'm feeling it. This thing's awesome. It's totally predictable. Dude, it looks so cool. All right, so the strategies are at play about conserving fuel, when to stay out, what you got going on with the caution, kind of some crazy stuff that happens at a drop of a hat. Everything, the whole strategy can change a lot, so we're kind of just checking out how things are going here. They just had a big change here, so one of the guys is going to stay out. They were going to have a driver change, but things changed a little bit, so we're going to see what's happening. There is a very particular safety protocol as they make the driver change and refuel about 16 gallons of fuel. There is certain rules they must follow, otherwise they can be penalized. All right, so that was the other SC300. The guy that was driving it was Lee Saunders. He's actually one Trans Am and a Viper. definitely well qualified at the wheel there. So just trying to get everything straightened out. We had a little small crisis with the tire, or so we thought for a second here. Thought there was a little puncture in the tire, but actually turned out everything was okay. All right, so we're on caution right now. Here, what we're going to be doing is we've got 2 more cars coming into pit, and we're going to have driver swaps, kind of trying to figure out how to do all that stuff. It's a lot more complex than you would think. So you go in, you got to make sure you get your radio check, you got to make sure you have all your safety gear on, you got to make sure you're strapped in and all that. It's definitely a little bit more than I had expected and a little faster, but really, really, really interesting experience. An interesting thing about the Champ Car rules is that they have a mandatory 5-minute pit stop, whereas you can check anything out wrong with the car. You have to make your driver change. You can check your tire pressures and so on and so forth. Here, however, we had 2 cars pitting at the same time, and there was only so much attention that you could put on each car. So thus, there was a little bit of they're spread a little thin trying to get everything done in time. That is freaking chaos. The drivers are complaining about a funny little issue on a hard left turn, and it's kind of bouncing funny or something like that. So they checked it before, didn't see anything, sent them back out. But this time they changed the tire, so looks normal there, right? And then you go over here, not normal. So you got majorly separated tire, majorly. The thing is not even a circle anymore. It's really, really messed up there. So thank God they changed that before I'm going out. I'm happy that this thing's going to be hopefully in tip-top shape. Hey, go kill it! So let me first start off by saying that this is absolutely no stellar piece of driving here. I only got the first few laps, unfortunately, and then my GoPro shut off after about a few minutes. Trying to figure out the car, the traction limitations, where to put the car in place of the line, the apexes, where to downshift, where to be able to heel toe, all of that I was learning on the fly. Video games can be a fantastic way to learn the track, and unfortunately I hadn't played one in months, so I had a lot of fun. This was a fantastic experience, but I definitely wish I had a little bit more time under my belt. I was kind of just thrown to the wolves. Entering turn 17 is a long, sweeping right-hander, and the sections of the concrete drop what seems like an inch while you're in the car, and it's a little unsettling, but once you get used to it, it's not terrible. Unfortunately, this is only my first couple laps, and I really did not do a very good job. A little bit later, I got more in the groove and started to get a better feel for the car, but unfortunately, I don't have those. Trying to learn the limitation of the car. All cars are limited to a street tire, and typically the tire and the brake setup will last for a race or 2, and this is a 14-hour race. As you can see, I'm kind of learning the limitations of the tire, what kind of speed you can carry into each corner. It's a little bit different, what gear you should be in, and how much throttle input you can give as you go through. The thing that's new and interesting is you're in a completely new car that is alien to you. Your visibility is different than what you might be used to. Power, grip, everything is totally new, and there's a lot to absorb in a very short amount of time. Some people are very comfortable with the car that they've been in, and they have been driving it for years. Me, I was a complete newbie in the wrong place at the wrong time, in the wrong gear, giving too much or too little throttle input, braking too early, and entering the turn wrong. So I started to get some of that stuff in line, and it did drop my times, but I knew I was making mistakes left and right, and just trying to do my best to right all my wrongs. Drivers often liken the level of which they're driving in terms of 10/10ths. Well, my first few laps here, I was probably driving about 5 to 6/10ths. Certainly not as crazy aggressive as I should be, but just trying to learn the car. Now, you have to understand that there are people renting these time slots before and after you, and you get what you get, but you also don't want to wad the car up or hurt it for the next guy. It'd be a really disappointing thing if you drove a few hours and your spot's up next and you messed the car up for somebody else. So I really did kind of hold back a little bit, in part because of this is freaking amazing. You guys have to try this at some point. Champ Car is amazing. I was just finishing up my 2-hour session, and the rain came in, and I wanted to show you guys all the cars. That's the car I was driving. So their other car is leading. They are actually in first position right now, but everything is kind of backed up at the moment. So there's a lot of cars that were lost because of attrition, breaking something or another. And I'm telling you, there's a ton of cars that were like about ready to blow up. I had a guy that was right in front of me, and his door would swing open anytime he made a hard left turn. So it was pretty crazy. They had to stop because of lightning. There's a few pretty close strikes. So this is absolutely amazing. I had a great time on my birthday. Check out KSR Fabrication. That is a hell of a time. They have 3 cars that you can rent, and you can do 2-hour stints. You can do multiple hour stints. It's a hell of a time. This is just about as much fun as you can have with your clothes on right there. It's going to be nice and soggy for the next guy that goes in. But lots of fun had by all. Garrett did fantastic with his car. The other guys, Dave, Kevin, TC, Chuck, all had a great time driving the car. This was a blast. Yeah, you can kind of hear the thunder as we're trying to wrap it up. But man, thank you guys so much for watching. This is a blast. This is something I've been wanting to do for years. So I'm so glad that I had the opportunity. Definitely something that I highly, highly recommend. Hopefully you guys get a chance to try it out. You guys, please check out some of our merchandise that helps support our channel and all the stuff that we do. Got so much stuff coming up. Sam's got a bunch of kind of morphs that he's going through. Got a ton of stuff to share with you guys. This was a blast, a great time to spend on my birthday here. I hope to see you guys again sometime soon. Stick with us. We got a ton of other neat stuff coming up soon. Something involving a tank, and we also have some karting stuff coming up sometime here very shortly. Thank you guys. God bless you. See you soon. Norton just flat tired me.